I'm still exposing tricks of the enemy. You know, another way that the enemy uses trickery to kind of block us, because the devil is a blocker if you didn't know. He uses practices. What do I mean by practices? Occult practices. Oh, we're going to get into it right now. Be careful of Ouija boards. Be careful of any type of witchcraft. It's being hidden. It's being pushed on us, and you may not even know what you're into. Be careful of horoscopes. Be careful of psychics. I'm going to break those down. Those are just a few examples, but I'm going to break those down. You are not talking to your dead relative on the Ouija board. And you notice that the so-called relative never has good news for you? Witchcraft is to blind you. It's to put you under some kind of spell, some kind of trance, to make you do what the enemy wants you to do. Hence, blocking you. Can't hear, you can't see, don't really know what's going on. You're going to miss your window. It's a block. Horoscopes. Just using this as an example. What if my horoscope is the reason why I can't find somebody? What is that? What if the horoscope, which told me that because I'm a Libra and all the women are, that I don't get along with the women that are Cancers. So that's the reason why, my relationship's not working out. Who told you that? You sure? Or is that potentially blocking you from finding happiness? Because we've been conditioned and listened to it for so long that we really think that I don't get along with this certain sign, and this sign is, like this, or I'm even the way I am because I was born in May. What? Just think about it. The psychic. If the psychic knew what they were talking about, they would have gave me the lottery numbers a long time ago. But the only thing that the psychic ever tells you to do is quit a job that you should have stayed in. It's if you're trying to juggle between two people and you're trying to say, well, should I stay in this relationship or go in this relationship? It's funny that the psychic always seems to get it wrong. The psychic told you to leave your marriage. It's all a trick. It's all a trick to block you. What we have to do when we get involved in stuff like that, anything that's of the occult, we have to pray against the witchcraft. We have to renounce our involvement to get away, to break away from that mind control that we're under. We have to pray for restoration. We're also praying for deliverance. We have to repent. We have to renew our minds. Ask God to renew our minds so we can get back on track spiritually. And even though we're just talking about the occult, you always have to watch out for just things. Another thing that the devil uses to trick us and to block us is to use things. What do I mean by things? It could be a movie, it could be a song, it could be a mantra, it could be a chant, it could be unknown portals that we've opened, it could be a podcast that we're listening to that's pretty much putting an idea in our head that is now becoming my reality, that's stopping me from doing something or pursuing something or giving this a chance or giving that a try or giving this person a try. You got to be mindful of that. Because you got to be mindful on the fact that point of views and suggestions and, ways of life are being pushed on it. And you got to think for just 1 second. Why am I thinking the way that I'm thinking? Did I really come up with that on my own? Or did I hear that in the movie? Did I see that in the movie? Did I repeat that song so many times that I'm really telling myself that you don't have to call, it's okay? No, it ain't okay. He don't speak for me. But because we're repetition, I'm just using that as an example, because we're repeating what we hear, and now we see the visual with the movie and see the visual with the podcast, and we're only hearing the same thing over and over, it's making us think that, you know what? This has to be real because everybody's doing it. Everybody's talking about it. So I don't want to be left out. So I just, got to go with it. I'm just telling you to be aware. All right. Another block that he used, things. It could be the streets, which is a roadblock. It could be addictions, which is drugs, alcohol, just an example, that this bottle could be a block that's blocking me. How is this bottle blocking me? This bottle might have cost me my marriage. This weed, cost me the job. I failed the drug test. Block. That's how the enemy works. He's picking us apart with blocks. He's literally boxing us in with delays, and we have to get to the point where we say no more. We cannot continue to be ignorant to Satan's devices.